الله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد نبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome all of you, wherever you are. Welcome you back with your program Fatwa Life. And this is the first part that comes to you on Monday, February the 3rd. The first question, I was offered a job as quality assurance in an electrical company that sells like monitors, speakers, phones, and so on and so forth. And this is an essential to help the customers who have problems and their orders. For example, if the monitor did not reach or there is a problem in the order, can I work knowing that the customers are in Europe and America, and it could be used for something like watching movies and to listen to something that are not right, and others. The answer, this is on. It's impossible to tell what people are going to use. And Allah Azza wa Jal don't put you accountable on the general stuff like that. That could be used good or bad. It's like the phone. I mean, I have no idea what these people are going to do with the phone. Are they going to use it good or evil? It's the majority of all of this is going to be something good. So you just do it, and you whatever problem they do, whatever evil they do, that's upon their shoulder, not you. Second question, I asked several big scholars about my work. Is it permissible or forbidden? Majority, it is Allah permissible, except for one who had a doubtful thing. Do I take the opinion with the one that are very tough and put in or am I obligated to take that one? Well, my brother, I don't know what is the problem, what is the issue that you're asking about? What is the issue that you are trying to ask for the fatwa? If you already asked a lot of muftis and the majority said something, you take that, because the good is in the compilation of people. When people are agreeing on something, the majority agree on something, because the decision for American Assembly of Morris Juris is that you should look for who you ask about your religion, and you have to look for the person who is very known to have knowledge and is more fearful of Allah Azza wa Jal, or to follow the majority of the scholars, because we know that the right choice is with the agreement of the majority of the scholars. So if you take the majority opinion, this is much better than to take the odd fatwa. And Allah knows the best. We love you in the sake of Allah. Allah love you in the same way that you like us. And the Sheikh is making dua for the brother. And the question is, some people are saying the commercial insurance, even though it is haram, forbidden, except because of the essential need and the common need, it became permissible, even though it has some issues. So what do you say about that issue? And he also asked his father, he is the one who trained the employees on how to sell the commercial insurance and to manage the risk. The answer, there is a decision about for the AMJA, for the American Muslim Jurists Association, about the insurance, because it is one of the issues that people of fatwa has talked about it over centuries, And in the last century, it's in a different um, places of fatwa. They some of this insurance, some that is permissible, some one is forbidden, some is in the best opinion of the scholars. Uh, and if it is permissible, then it is permissible to work in it. And what is not allowed, then you should not work in it, nor to help in it. Originally, in original the idea of insurance, it is a system that is working on helping others and to into the calamities or the problems that they might go through in life. And it is from the Islamic original values. If it is followed the rules and the contracts and the investment of the money is done in the Islamic way. But the the insurance policies it changes. It became a commercial one and one a social. And for each one has its own rules. The commercial one, which is the most common one when you mention insurance, is the commercial one. It is the one that are follow the rules of the insurance, and the companies are practicing where they are a part, original part, that they pay the money when the danger happens, where the other person could use a certain payment. And the reason it is void, it's not right, it's not permissible because of the day of the risk involved in it, and it is almost like gambling. And what is allowed is what the laws force you to have, or the emergency needs, which is equal to necessity. So, work in promoting these contracts or to help should not happen except there is a need and a common need for that. For those who are need to work in that area, you need to have the intention to move away from that work to something else as soon as he get an opportunity. This is when it comes to the commercial one. But the social insurance, which is non-profit, but to take a social common help, and usually it's by the government or the companies, and you take part of the uh, employee's salary as long as he's working, and he could benefit from it, and the institution that work with it as promoting or to teach or to train, because it is on the idea on something permissible, and to stay away from the things that are not permissible, like the riba investments and other things, or on to invest in something that is not permissible to begin with. And it's usually it's about donations and to trade the benefits. And the insurance companies, are just a representative of the people to organize it. So it is from the permissible investment and to work in those kinds of places to invest in this. So listen to my and repeat it, and inshallah you'll get a link that will tell you where to look for or to ask our team to send you some of the links to listen to our fatwas about this question. The second question, after divorce and during the waiting period, if the woman and the husband stay in the same house, does the wife deal with her husband as he's stranger and wear the hijab, or as if he's her husband and she let her hair and she wears the house clothes in front of him. The Raj'i divorce, the one that he could bring her back. No, she could. Uh, she's like her wife. She don't put the hijab, and she could beautify herself for him. And if they have intercourse, then he returned her back to her. And he could be with her and travel with her, and she can talk. And this is the school of thought that most of the uh, scholars agreed on. And she can do it because she's still permissible for him and they're still married. And to return back, it is allowed. And her beautify herself, it is one of the reasons that's gonna bring her back. And he should not. And he need to let her know that he wants her back and ask her permission. But not to enter unless he make her know that he's coming in the house. But on the other one, the one that he will not be able to bring her back, then no, he should not be isolated. They should not be in the same place. They should not be without hijab because she is not a wife for him and she is a stranger. Uh, the second question, whenever I have my period, it's always 3 days, and it's, after 2 days, it's just minor lines of blood, and then it goes to purity. And it's been like this for years. Can I go to the haram in the 2 days that stops and I pray there? Well, the answer, if the blood stops and you see the dryness, then and you see the qissa, the white one, then you became pure, and then you're supposed to pray and fast and all this stuff. But if the blood came back, as long as not over 15 days, then you still have your period. As long as it does not go over 15 days, that's the maximum of the period. If it is more than 15 days, then you are called as mustahada. So you make wudu for each prayer after the time comes in. This is the school of thoughts of Maliki Hanbali. And what is chosen in this condition, that the period of purity between the period and the purity should not be less than 1 day, to stop the burden that requires her to make the iqtisad, to repeat the ghusl when it is less than that. Allah knows the best. Second question, when there is a contract of mudaraba, they're asking, can you give a check to guarantee the money so he will guarantee his money? And it's not allowed. Why? The al-mudaraba is to give the money to one who invested. It is allowed from the contracts that people dealt in before Islam. The Prophet ﷺ did it with the money of Khadija before Allah made him a prophet. And he went to Sham and he profited with Allah's bounty. And then he got married to her. From the rules of the al-mudaraba, that the person do not guarantee except with if he overdo or overlose, meaning like he did not do what his job right, and he was very wrong in the way he do it, knowing that is wrong. So the person, if there is a loss, the person with the money lose the money, and the other one lose his time and his effort. Otherwise, it will be a loan, and that is not a lot. The there is alternatives that are very good into who you choose with the partnership, and there is nothing wrong of taking a check to guarantee that if there's wrongdoing, that for all types of loss, because the decision for American Muslim Jurist Association, there is no guarantee on the person who put the money in that contract, except with the wrongdoing and the and to stop that from becoming a loan. Another question: I have a 401k, and I worked with it, and I moved to a different company, and I have a new account. I want to combine both accounts in one to reduce my continuing money for zakah and to make it easy. Since my retirement, the first one is allowed and it's required the zakah, and the other one it will not mention the sun. So you want to make that so he do not pay the zakah. By combining, he will reduce it. In his intention that I will make the an account, just a saving one. I'll leave it until I reach the age of retirement, and I leave it for my kids and my wife if I die. And it is also an Islamic investment. Otherwise, I will leave half of the money will be in Islamic way, and the other one won't. So my answer: I don't like for you to run away from paying the zakah or to reduce it, because the zakah, it is a blessing to the money to purify it and to grow it. Allah said, take from their money a charity that will purify them and purify them, and no money will be reduced from charity. So my brother, it's not like this is not taxes that are opposed on you. It is Allah's obligation in the money. The one who obligated, he is more merciful, is taken from the rich Muslims and returned to the poor. And it is one of the pillars of Islam. And Allah knows. He is the one who provides for you. And He is the one who gives you what you have spent and what you keep. So don't be among those who are spent and they are unhappy. And don't be among who use the charity as punishment or taxes. You think that it is a problem, it is a calamity. No, this is not the attitude of the Muslims or the believers, because this is the hypocrites' attitude, and they're the one who don't go to the prayers except lazy, and they don't like what they have spent. What you have from money, you eat and wasted, or wear and it's vanished, and or you give in the sake of Allah and stays. Everything is wasted except what you give in the sake of Allah. And I want to verify something for you, that the 401 account, it is something you pay zakah or for what you can take out, and most of it you can take it after taking the penalties and taxes. So you make the zakah of what is the value that is left, which not 1/3 of what the expert told us. So the zakah is not even half a percent. So, of course, you need more details in this. So, the 401k account, the one that you pay the zakah, is what you can take out. And you take the penalties and the late fees, and then this amount that you have to pay. The penalties and taxes about 40%. If we're talking about what you can take out, so 60%. Some of it is going to be zakah, and the other one are permanent, no, not zakah. The zakah is the money that grows not on the principles. So the it is like 1/3. So with 20, you only pay the zakah only on the 20% of that, not on the whole amount. So it's not even worth all these tricks that you're trying to run away from the zakah. Anyway, if you want to move that to your money, make sure you pay the zakah. Purify your intention. Don't make your intention that are touched with running away from zakah, because there is no difference. Someone at work told us there's a part of the question that is not there, so I don't know what are you trying to hold question. Think about it and then send it back. The public person, if he took the scholars' school of thought, even though it is different from some of the school of thought, and he chose it out of science, so the answer, this is knowledge, is religion. So look who you're taking the knowledge from. So you take your problem to the most people you trust on the scholars, and and you'll be able to get to him. But if you are have a problem, then you could take the question until the doubt is gone and you're comfortable with the answer. That's what it shows, and the madhab is not obligated and it's not rejected. The person from the public, he can take a madhab, but not to be too extreme. Don't take the hadith that are authenticated and return it as if it's not there. Because follow the scholars as tools, so we can know from them the rule of the Prophet ﷺ, the one that we love and who are followers, Muhammad ﷺ. And our obedience to the scholars, it's in obedience to the Prophet ﷺ, because we know through them the rules of Allah and His Messenger. Another question that is very long. As working in a electronic programmer, and because very long, I will discuss it later, inshallah. Maybe I'll put it next time in 2 hours, or I will return it back to the brother, inshallah. I need to study it and contemplate it more. So we come to the conclusion. Subhanakallah bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.